So it is the end of the road for my beloved 16-inch MacBook Pro. I have absolutely loved this laptop. I've loved every single second I have used it. It's changed the whole way I've gone about everything to do with video editing and all of that. And I did say I wasn't going to switch to an M1 Mac, but I have gone and done it. So if you want to find out why I did in the end decide to switch to an M1 Mac Mini over the MacBook Pro 16-inch, wait until the next video, click that subscribe button so you know when it is released, and come and check it out. Anyway, something I wanted to talk about today was Sony cameras, and in particular how to color grade SLog 2 footage. Now this is something that has confused me quite a lot since I took the plunge to switch to Sony from Canon. Now I switched to the Sony A7C, and this is Holly's A7R II. Both great cameras, and they both shoot in SLog, although this is more aimed towards photography. It's got like a 46 megapixel sensor or something. It is an incredible photography camera. The A7C is incredible for video. But what it has taken me a long time to figure out with these Sony cameras is in particular when you are shooting video and you are shooting in SLog. Now, I've made a video about SLog a few weeks ago, so if you want to check that out, I will link it up there. You can go and check it out. But basically, what SLog is for is to capture the most dynamic range in your picture. So you've got all of the highlights and all the shadows, and then you can capture all of that detail. What is confusing is how to expose your SLog footage so you can color grade it the best. Because typically what you want to do is you want to shoot 2 stops higher with SLog, so then you can drop all the shadows and you maintain all that detail. If you expose too low, then you can't lift those shadows and you lose all of that detail, and it becomes very grainy very quickly. And that is a problem when it comes to color grading, because you might think that you have captured the perfect shot for what you are after. However, you then get into Final Cut or Premiere or whatever you use to edit with, and you go and color correct it, and you realize that that shot isn't actually usable. I've done that a hell of a lot. It's taken a long time to get used to shooting in SLog. I use SLog 2 over SLog 3, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. But what I want this video to focus on is something that I have found recently that makes color grading so easy for your SLog footage. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump onto the computer, because I have a couple of sample shots that we are going to color grade together in this video, and we're going to do it the way I used to color grade my SLog 2 footage and the way that I have started color grading my SLog 2 footage just this last week, because there is a big difference, and it's using something that is, I think, pretty much magic, and it's called Phantom LUTs. I'll describe everything. Let's jump onto the computer. Okay, so here we are in Final Cut. You can see we have a brand new project open, and we have 4 clips in here. So I have 2 of Holly, and also 1 of my cats, and 1 of my dad, where he's filming a video for his new project. So what I will do is I will go through how I used to color grade these clips. These are all filmed in SLog 2, by the way, on the Sony A7C. I'll go through how I used to color grade them, and then I will show you how I color grade them now using the Phantom LUTs. So let's get into it. Okay, so I've never really known what to do when it comes to color grading. I've always been sort of guessing. So what I used to do is insert a base correction layer onto my footage and then split them into individual clips, and then you can color grade each individual clip. Now in here I would then insert just a base correction thing, and I would go into my color wheels. I would then open up all of the scopes, and I would bring the shadows down to 0, the highlights up to around about 100, and then play with the saturation and the midtones. I would sometimes bring down the midtones just to create a little bit more contrast, but on this picture I don't think I'm going to. Maybe I could lift the highlights and then, lift the shadows and then bring down the midtones, and I think that is a pretty good looking image. I could maybe increase the saturation a little bit more, and that looks alright. If we turn that on and off, you can see what it used to look like. It already looks a lot better. And then I would do the same for all of my other clips. So we will do the same again here. We will go into our color wheels, bring up all of our waveforms, bring down these shadows, lift the highlights to around about 100, and then play around with the midtones and mess around with our saturation. So that is pretty much roughly what I would do, although I would usually spend a little bit more time going in depth on all of the pictures to make sure they all roughly match and the colours look natural. However, there is something I came across recently called Phantom LUTs. So what I'm going to do now is just bring in another base correction, and I'm just going to get these ones out of the way so we can see the normal SLog clip straight from the camera again instead of the color graded version. I'm going to go into here and I'm going to search for LUTs and drag this onto my base correction, and I'm going to go up to the LUTs section here, and I have downloaded here something called a Phantom LUT. Now these are made by a filmmaker called Joel Famularo, an incredible filmmaker, and basically what this is if you don't know what a LUT is, it is called a lookup table, and this applies a color correction to this clip that is emulating an Arri Alexa style camera, so it will give you that nice film look that you expect from an Arri camera. And he's designed these LUTs over a number of years to emulate that look as well as he possibly can from the Arri camera into your SLog footage. So I'm going to just choose the neutral one, and you can see there, look at that, I've not had to do anything. So if I turn it off, that is the SLog footage. I've literally dropped on that LUT and it looks so good. If we go into our waveforms, you can see nothing is clipping. I don't really know how it works, but it is incredible and it makes color grading so much easier. So what you can then do if you really want to, you can go in and add a color wheel and play around with your exposures again if you really want to. You might just like it how it turns out straight away. I like it exactly how this clip has turned out. So I'm going to copy what is on that clip there, and we're going to paste it onto this one here. And again, you can see here that this clip just looks so good already straight from the camera with just that lit on it. I've done nothing else to this footage. It works so well. But what is incredible about this as well is it makes exposing your SLog footage even easier as well. So traditionally where you would expose your SLog footage 2 steps higher, now you don't really have to, because these LUTs take care of everything. They keep the detail in the shadows even if you underexpose your footage. This clip, for example, that you are looking at now was slightly underexposed. This one, the first clip, is very overexposed, and you can see there the sky is completely blown out. But even though this second clip is slightly underexposed, you can see all of the details in the t-shirt, in the black shadows, are still there. You aren't getting any grain at all. Now this clip of my 2 cats is exposed pretty much perfectly. It wasn't overexposed, it wasn't underexposed. It was exposed exactly how you would normally expose your footage. If I drop this LUT onto this clip, you can see again we've not lost any detail. It is all there and it looks so good without having to do anything. Again, you can go in and change some of the exposures and the saturations if you really want to, but these LUTs are designed to make it as easy as it possibly can be to expose your SLog footage and not have to worry about anything. So when you are out shooting, you can focus on getting the shot that you want to without having to worry too much about exposing your footage. And we've just got one more clip here. We will do the exact same. We will drop on the LUT and we will go for the neutral look. And look at that, it looks so good. It really does. The colors are so nice. Skin tones are nicely exposed. Shadows, there's details. You can see all the details in the lamp here. We haven't lost any detail at all. Okay, so I've just taken these back to standard SLog again. You can see they all look very grey and washed out. But if we go back into our LUT selection and we go into our Phantom LUTs, you can see we also get different styles that are included as well with this pack. So if you wanted to stylize your pictures in some sort of way, these can give you a really nice starting point to choose from. So say you wanted like an nice ice blue effect, you you get a really nice icy blue kind of look. It gives it a lot cooler sort of a feel. If you wanted maybe a nice Jamaica look, nice deep greens, a little bit more saturated, you can do that. You also get tungsten, which is not really suitable for that shot, but you might have a shot where it looks absolutely brilliant. And you also get utopia, which looks absolutely stunning on sort of like nighttime urban shots. So you have a load of different styles that you can choose from, but if you just choose neutral, what is brilliant is that you can then add another look grade on top, and you have a really nice starting point to go in and grade your footage and give it a whole look across your whole piece. So Phantom LUTs, go check them out, they are incredible. If you are looking at ways to improve your workflow with your SLog 2 or SLog 3 footage with your Sony camera, I would highly recommend it, because as I mentioned before, even if you do slightly underexpose your footage, usually with SLog you won't be able to use that footage because it just goes so grainy. With this, I don't know what happens, but Joel Famularo is a genius because you get all of that detail back in your shadows as well. It just works so well. I really don't know how he does it, but they look incredible. And even if you're not happy with the product straight from that, as soon as you dump it onto your clip, you can go and make the tweaks and it still looks great, and it just saves so much time than starting from scratch every single time you shoot in SLog. I would highly recommend it. I will drop a link into the description below if you want to go and check them out. But yeah, go and check it out because I think it is genius. Saves a lot of time and it looks great. If you are after that cinematic film look with that typical Arri Alexa look, go check them out. They're incredible. I will pop a link into the description below if you would like to. But that's it for this video. If you like what you see on this channel, click that little subscribe button just down below there and come and be a part of this community. And give this video a thumbs up as well. I'll see you in the next one. And very quickly, don't forget I will have an M1 Mac Mini video coming very soon, because just as a side point to this video, while I was filming this video, I was screen recording, I was editing, I had a load of stuff open in the background. It's still cold, no fan noise, it's silent. I love it already. But yeah, that's for the next video. Click that subscribe button so you know when it's out. See you soon.